Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So I am back into the swing of things. I didn't get too off of my routine, but we just got back from our team retreat in a cabin in the mountains of Tennessee. It was a great retreat. We had a great time. I enjoy going to that retreat every year. There is a big event, a big retreat each year that all coaches go to, which I look forward to as well because you get a lot of trainings, you sit in a lot of seminars, but this one is my favorite because it's just our team and you really get to connect with the people that you've seen on video chats or the people that you chat with in Facebook groups, because our team is spread out all over the world. We have team in the UK, team in Canada, all over the United States. So it's so great that a couple times a year we get to connect together. Actually 3 times a year, because then you also have I win a trip every year. It's called a Success Club trip, and I win that trip every single year. So it's a lot of fun. Get to see them a few times a year, but that's my favorite because it's more of a close setting. We're all staying together in a cabin, and we're cooking together, and we're eating our meals together, and we're reading our personal development together, and making our shakes, and going. And this time we went, and the whole team did moonshine tasting together, and we danced, and so it's just a great way to really bond and connect with everyone. So, but I'm back on track with my routine being all by myself, and I had my quiet time, but I did have my boys with me. Diesel and Q sat with me. Good morning, Mom. They sat with me this morning while I did my reading, and I did not pack this book with me. I did a lot of my personal development through audiobook, and then we did some training sessions and some chat sessions at the cabin, and that was my personal development for that day. But I am back reading, and it's funny because today we read about a superpower, and what's funny is he said in this book at the beginning, and it even says it on the front, unleash the 7 superpowers to help you dig deep, feel stronger, and live your best life. So, and you guys know how I activate my superpowers every day. So I thought it was funny that today we really dug into superpower number 1, and I was activating my superpower at the same time. So I just thought it was pretty cool that I'm reading about superpowers. So I'm going to have even more superpowers after reading the book. But today's superpower was about uncomfortability and being uncomfortable and putting yourself purposely in situations where you're uncomfortable. So I kind of good morning, Amy. I missed chatting with you while I was gone. I don't have the best service when I'm up there. If I'm on Wi-Fi, I'm good. If I'm not on Wi-Fi, nothing works. So it was kind of nice because I disconnected a little bit. But for me, I'm one, and there's a little test in here, the next page over after reading a little intro about superpower number 1. There's a little test to find out if you like to be uncomfortable. I'll call you later. I'll call you on my way to my nail appointment or on my way home from my nail appointment. So for me, there's certain ways to know if you're one that likes uncomfortableness or things like that. And are you one and that is okay with change? So I just want to read you quickly. There's 5 questions you can ask yourself to see if you're one that likes uncomfortability. So one is, okay, so if you hear from someone that one of your friends is talking behind your back, and then that friend that talks behind your back invites you to the movies, are you still going to accept the movie invitation? That was question number 1. Mine was maybe. Maybe I might, depends. When your boss is on a warpath, if you lay low or not. That's another thing. If you go to the same 5 restaurants and order the same 5 meals. Okay, so if you're someone that does that, you're not someone that likes to be uncomfortable. So I kind of read this for myself and for Alex, and I found out that he's one that does not like to be in uncomfortable situations, and me, I thrive on it. I don't know why, but I thrive on it. I haven't changed my hairdo since 2002. We all know that is a big no for me because I change my hair just as much as I change my underwear. And then listen to Oldie Station 24/7. Nope, not me. So those were some questions to know if you're one that likes to be uncomfortable. And he gave exercises in the book. I'm not going to read them all to you because I get the book. But I am sharing, as I promised I would when there was something that was very interesting to me. So He has some exercises, and the exercises are to really push yourself to do things you don't want to do. As much as I'm one that likes uncomfortable situations, or I'm one that and everybody tells me this, and it's true, I can go to a get-together or a party or like a holiday get-together or something where I don't know anyone there. Or maybe like the person hosting it invited me and that's the only person I know. And you know when someone's hosting something, you're not going to hang out with them that much because they're going to be busy. But there's times that maybe one person invited me to go somewhere. I know no one else. And I go. And I leave there with like a million best friends because I'm okay in uncomfortable situations. I'm a people person. I don't mind chatting with people. But with that being said, there are a lot of times that I fight within myself because I get invited to something and I really want to go. But then there's a part of me that just wants to stay home. And sometimes I have to push myself and be like, no, go. Literally almost as if I'm behind myself with my hands on my back saying, go, you need to go. Because there's times, and I don't know if that stems from the anxiety that I've been fighting ever since I was a teenager. So that's just kind of like back in my subconscious because I'm an extrovert and I like doing things. But there's times where I hold myself back and I really have to push myself. And that's something that he talks about in the book is that he has exercises for the discomfort development plan. And one of those things are sometimes you just have to push yourself. Or you have to surround yourself by people that are very adventurous, is what he says. Find more adventurous friends. Now, obviously, don't look for the people that want to just jump off the cliff. You want to look for the people like myself who make small changes. I think he actually even said it out here. Yeah. The uncomfortable person practices small hops all along the way to her transformation triple jump. So that's me. I am a comfortable, uncomfortable person. I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm comfortable being put in uncomfortable situations. There are some uncomfortable situations, though, that I choose not to put myself in because I know it won't be a good outcome. Like if there's somebody that I truly dislike, and I might not hold my tongue, and there's going to be wine there, and I might be having a glass of wine, and once I have a glass of wine, my filter, there isn't one. I'm a very truthful, honest person with my filter. So that truth and honesty is even more intensified when my filter has been removed. So if I know that there's going to be someone there that I truly have things that I feel I want to say to that person, and those things might not be good things, I will not put myself in that comfortable, uncomfortable situation for the comfortableness of the other people. Not for myself, because I don't care. I don't care if I tell that person what I feel or if they say something and I bark back at them. That won't bother me. I'm okay with that. However, other people that I know might be in that same group or in that same situation, they might not be very comfortable with it. And I'm not there to make anybody else uncomfortable. So that kind of situation, I won't put myself in. Good morning, my Instagram peeps. Hey, Matthew, how are you? So, with that being said, I like uncomfortable situations. So I'm comfortable being uncomfortable, but a lot of times I will make sure that I'm not putting anyone else in an uncomfortable situation because not everybody is comfortable being uncomfortable. And I wouldn't want to ruin other people's day. So I do make choices at times to hold back or not go or not be a part of or be left out of strictly so other people aren't uncomfortable because not everybody is like I am. But what he says about surrounding yourself with more adventurous people. What he's meaning is finding those people that are comfortable being uncomfortable, surround yourself with them so you can learn a little bit about what they're doing. Like there was a part in here, I love this one where he talked about exposing yourself to new ideas. He said if you're getting all the same inputs all the time, watching the same shows, reading the same book, listening to the same music, so on and so forth, then you're going to remain stuck where you are and you're not going to have that growth. So you have to be okay with new outputs in order to get new inputs. So you have to change your outputs to get new inputs. I really love that analogy. And then there was another part where he was talking about I can't find it. But he's basically talking about how, you need to find more adventurous people. Like, if there's someone that you envy, or someone that you look at and you're like, oh, I wish this or I wish that. He was saying how, like, you know, if it's say it's a famous person, read their biography, learn a little bit about them so you can find out how they got to the point that they're comfortable doing that, you know? So if you're like, oh, I wish I could be comfortably uncomfortable like so-and-so, follow that person, you know? Like, if you want to be comfortably uncomfortable like myself, like, if that was the role and I was looking at myself and I was saying, oh, I want to be comfortably uncomfortable like Tanya, I would follow my stories, like my Facebook story or my Instagram story, and just kind of see like a day in the life of that person, like follow that person, almost like a reality show, you know? Like if you were someone that looked up to the Kardashians, of course you would watch their show every day because you'd want to learn a little bit about them to find out how they are the way they are, so you can kind of be that way a little bit. Not meaning that you're copying them, but meaning that you're looking for that person for guidance on how they became so comfortable being uncomfortable, or how they became so bold in their life of just doing the things that they wanted to do. It's a learning process. So he talked about that too, about, you know, if there is someone that you envy, or I was trying to find the exact spot that he talked about it, but I can't find it. I guess I should have marked it off before I went live. I should have planned. Let's see. And when it says about finding more adventurous friends, he's like, these are the people that are comfortable with discomfort, and they can show you the way. So that's the reason why they say, you know, like he was saying, to follow those people, learn a little bit about them, because success shares clues and success leaves clues. So if there's somebody that's successful in something that you want to do, the best way to learn about that is to follow that person a little bit. Not like stalker or follow, but you know, you can follow them on social media. You can follow them on their stories on social media. You can find their biography if they're a famous person that has one. But if they're just like a friend that you follow on social media, or someone that, you know, really inspires you and you watch them all the time on social media, success leaves clues. So really learn a lot. Doesn't mean you have to do your hair like them, wear makeup like them, wear the same clothes as them, and wear the same shoes as them. But it's just to follow them, to learn how they got to where they are, because it leaves clues and it trickles clues. Like, that's the reason why I started doing these lives, was to kind of like share a little bit about my life and things that I learn on a daily out of my books, or things that I've already learned in my past that I make sure I continue to learn from in my present going into my future. So I share that just in case there's somebody that I can inspire, or somebody that I could motivate to do the same thing to get the same result. So I have a call to action for you today. Something that's going to help you with this. If you're somebody that is very uncomfortable being uncomfortable, you want to take that uncomfortable being uncomfortable and make it comfortable being uncomfortable. Because being uncomfortable, you're really going to hold yourself back with a lot of things in life. So, like I said, there are many, many things that I do that's very uncomfortable. These lives, when I first did them, I was extremely uncomfortable. Now I'm not, but I was extremely uncomfortable. So a lot of times you just have to push yourselves to do the things that are uncomfortable before you can have that comfort level with it. So my call to action today would be to compile a list. Yes, I'm such a list person, right? Compile a list of things that make you uncomfortable. Things that you are like, stress out, your armpits will sweat, your palms and your feet will get sweaty just thinking about doing that task. Make a list of it. Then I want you to get a different color pen, because you guys know I love to color code things. Get a different color pen, and right next to it, somebody that you feel is successful in that thing. So say something is working out every day. You can write someone that's successful next to working out every day. Excuse me. Or if something is public speaking, and you know that just thinking about public speaking, or speaking if you're in school and speaking in front of a class, or going live like this on Facebook, something like that. Right next to the name of somebody that you think does a really great job at that. And then your last thing to do is going to be to reflect on that list And if there's certain things that you would like to start doing that you can be more comfortable being uncomfortable in that situation, because nothing's ever going to get you away from being uncomfortable or nervous in that particular situation. But what changes is being comfortable, being uncomfortable, being okay, being uncomfortable in that situation to where it's not going to cause you anxiety. You're just going to feel a little nervous doing it, but you're just going to do it. So that's the step you want to get to, because you're never going to get rid of the uncomfortableness of the situation. It's always going to be there. So what the next thing I want you to do is reflect on those two things that you wrote down. And then from there, start following and watching those people that are successful in those things, the names that you wrote down. Those are the people that you need to start talking to a little more often. Get to know them a little more. Understand how they made themselves comfortable being uncomfortable doing those things. That way you can start taking some of the steps that they took. Because remember, success leaves clues. So for your Monday motivation, I want you to write down what you're uncomfortable with in life. Even if it's things you don't do in a daily, but it makes you uncomfortable. Going to a party. Going to the mall. There are some things that people are uncomfortable. There are social anxiety. If you have social anxiety, but there's somebody that you know is such a social, outgoing, bubbly person, and you know that they go to all these social events and you would love to go to these social events and go on these trips and go on these things that they go on. Hey, Jose, write their name down there and start seeing what they do, how they get past it. It's going to make a big change when you start to still have the uncomfortableness, but you're comfortable with it. You're okay with it. You're going to see that you're going to do more things in life. You're going to feel more confident about it. So that's my call to action for you on this marvelous Monday. I am going to go finish drinking this. And I have 5 minutes before I have to wake my son up. So I've already checked into my groups this morning. I've already cleared out a lot of notifications on all my social media platforms. And today's day 4 in our Drop It Like a Squat challenge. So I checked in with everybody. I actually have a giveaway that's going on today. I'm going to be doing the giveaway in there tomorrow for the work that they do today. I love giving presents. So it's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to focus in on that real quick. I have tons of stuff over here that I need to organize for my day so my mindset can be right, because I have some personal phone calls I need to make. So I'm going to take those 5 minutes. I'm going to organize my thoughts in my day. And then I am going to drop him off at school and get my sweat vest on. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.